Side. Again, we are live this morning talking about a really neat program called Taking Control of the Reins. And behind me, we're going to be having some of our breast cancer survivors that have joined us this morning going through the actual steps that they do during the program itself. We have Josie Schuler here and Melissa Johnson that are going to be walking through the horses. The one right here that's walking by is Booker in the black, and then we also have Barley. Those are our two larger horses. We also have some smaller horses as well in the background, and in the very back some onlookers. We always have onlookers wherever we are live. The other two just kind of checking things out, wanting to be a part of the fun. I'm going to come over here to Mary Jean and talk a little bit about the program itself. We've got, again, the breast cancer survivors in the background going through the steps and going through the motions that kind of explain it, if you will, what they're doing right now.
Well, what they have done is they've taken these props, these poles and balls and everything, and built what they would represent to them their journey on their treatment. We have now asked them to take their horses and walk that path with the horse.
Now, you were explaining to me earlier that one of the horses was actually stopped in front of one of the obstacles that they set up beforehand. What then would the breast cancer survivor do, or what does that sort of represent, I guess?
Well, each person will take what they want from it, but let's say you had a horse come up to an obstacle and stop. It might mean to the person holding that horse, gee, I don't want to go forward, I'm a little bit fearful, and that will mirror that back to the client, and the client will then realize their fears and maybe why they're not ready to step forward or take the next step forward. We have these balls here that have all kinds of emotions written on them. That one just pushed a ball named courage. Maybe this client will say, I need a little bit more courage in this path because this horse just pointed courage out to her. And now she's picked up the courage ball, and maybe, you know, what we look at is maybe totally different what the client gets, but this client might say, it's going to take me courage to get over these obstacles that I'm facing. And that's what she's carrying with her with the horse.
And usually during these during the program, Taking Control of the Reins, you have a psychiatrist on hand that is here kind of helping the breast cancer survivors go through some of those emotions. In fact, I have a quote here from a former psychiatrist that used to work with you, psychologist that used to work with you, Bonnie Crawford, and she said, using the props to symbolically represent their cancer journey, then guiding the horses along this journey, survivors can alleviate some of the trauma of their cancer experience and gain a greater sense of control in coping with cancer's impact on their lives. And I think that's a really important statement to say about this program and how it is so unique and such a different experience, going back to what we were saying, where you're not inside sitting down, you're actually outside interacting with these horses.
Exactly, and you're out in the elements. I know it's cold, I know it's windy, but we could do this sometime when it's drizzling a little bit. We do have an indoor facility for really inclement weather, but being out in nature, being out of the confines of an office, working with these amazing animals that are sometimes, you know, 10 times bigger than you, really adds to the experience for the client.
And we are going to have much more coming up, of course. We are going to be talking live with two of the breast cancer survivors that are here demonstrating for us. They've been saying, Mary Jean has been saying, it's an aha moment that these breast cancer survivors have, and it really changes their outlook on their journey through their treatment and even beyond that. So we're going to talk with them and see what this program has meant to them.